my first vlog style video. It's a nice rainy day. You don't get too many of those in Arizona. It's like the end of the summer, so it's also just a great way to shift into the fall season here. Today is September 26th, and yeah, it's not hot, so I can actually do some fun stuff regarding maintenance now. So for today, we're gonna go ahead and swap out the trailer jack. The 4Runner's bumper is, you know, on the hitch. It's sitting right here on the rear end, and so essentially having the trailer maxed out at the highest hitch position, still having, you know, up to my hips here where the actual hitch is located. So backing it into the garage has been a pain in the butt. This little jack here that the trailer came with doesn't extend long enough. I had to use leveling blocks just to unhitch it, and it made it a challenge anytime I wanted to quickly detach. It just made it more dangerous as well, and I couldn't roll it around. It was like having a jack with no wheels on it. So I have this new jack. It's called Arc Off-Road Jack. This is their Extreme Off-Road series. The entire shaft of the jack actually extends, plus another, I think something like 21 inches of extension. Plus you get 2 wheels, no rubber, and there's also a couple other cool features to it. So let's go ahead and get this old one off here and get the new one mounted. Just 4 bolts and these 2 little plates, which will be replaced by the much heavier duty, and that'll fit around my trailer frame here. This jack was really expensive. It was like $430 or so, and so I really hope it's worth it. The videos that the company uses to advertise it have basically a trailer similar to mine, probably a little bigger actually. Mine's at 2,400 pounds fully loaded, and tongue weight, I'm assuming when it's fully loaded, is probably close to 250 pounds. The jack supports 1,650 pounds, but with it nearly fully extended, at least when it comes to the telescopic adjustment, that was a quarter way out, and then the main adjustment shaft all the way extended out, they were able to drag the trailer with a winch through deep sand, having the actual jack halfway through the sand, just like trenching through it. And that right there would be amazing for any kind of off-road recovery situations where I have to, you know, unhook from the 4Runner, and then if I have to drag or tow the trailer over an obstacle, as long as it's not too rocky. It's so cool to know that this trailer jack will hold it together here. So let's go ahead and get it installed. Nearly have my 4 jack fully extended, but I wanted to make sure that I have enough room to not only have the jack fold, but just overall clearance from the actual tongue of the trailer. Let's go ahead and get this. Alrighty. Okay, guys, so I got my jack stand in. Just gonna leave the floor jack in place here. I don't think it's gonna be in the way. Oh, that's good. Perfect. This actually won't even fold unless I have it completely reeled all the way up. Alrighty. Got it reeled up. Now I can go ahead and show you guys. This is how it folds here. My problem is like furiously turning it up or turning it down just to get maybe that much of lift, because it's just so much distance to travel down. So really excited about this. I didn't buy it for a while because it was absurdly expensive for a trailer jack. So let's get this thing unbolted now. Alright, let's let this just fall to the ground, I guess. Oop, there it goes. And Harbor Freight versus your Australian Outback Overland built. Pretty excited. All right. Just got to clamp it around, hopefully it's the same width, around my little brake controller box here, or the breakaway for the trailer brakes here. So here you can see I have the slider maxed out to the top here, getting to the frame rail, or the tongue of the trailer I mean, which is, yeah, sure, a part of the frame. That said, you can see how the wheel would already be touching the ground here. So on perfectly level ground, I can just drop this down and then jack it up a little bit like your traditional, you know, 8,000 or 10,000 pound jack, but still have the capability of wheels, and with them having off-road capability. Plus there's actual bearings that they give you here for the wheels themselves. Each wheel gets 2 bearings versus them just being plastic and spinning around a bolt. All right. Because this is actually a much wider setup, you can see the old dirt marks, rust marks, where I had to sit and it could barely fit in between it. But now, luckily, I have so much more width here with the extra thickness of the bolt. I'm able to just still move it away, and the brakes will still release here. All right. You can see where I can actually just easily pop it back in instead of having the bolt in the way, which was annoying before. So this is cool. Cool. All right, now I can get to this bolt here. Barely get to it here. I probably gotta fold it down again. Nope. You gotta be in between. I got everything so tight now that these brackets here are slightly curved. I don't know if you can tell in the video. So, and it's just because these extend so much further down, so it was able to like pull this side over, but I got this thing nice and fucking tight. I don't know if you could tell from the video just how easy it was to pivot this thing. All I have to do is, and by the way, this folds, so it just gets completely folds out of the way. You can pull it and rotate the handle, and it's just that easy. And with the wheel on there, having that extra weight, it's going to be really nice. That said, this also has a locking pin here, so the wheel will not spin, unlike those wheels on those types of jacks. It just can wobble around while you're off-roading, going all these different directions here. So now we're going to put the wheels on, and that's literally it. This is the fun part. That's it. It's magnetic, so you can just remove the handle, you lock the wheel out of place, you fold the swinging hinge there, and the entire jack will just tuck right up out of the way and still have so much strength and rigidity to it, not to mention the fact that it can hold 1,600 pounds, so it's going to have a ton of dynamic weight capabilities as well. So let's get the wheels put on. Alrighty, so the trailer jack here actually comes with 4 bearings here, and I got my other one still stuck in the wheel. There's a little recessed groove for a bearing on each side, and it's got a pretty tight tolerance here, so I'm just going to use a piece of plywood and just lightly hammer it in place, and then pretty much just run a bolt through this thing, and that's it. Comes with 3 washers too. One for the inside, outside of the wheel, and then on the outside, the big bolt here, running things. Much tighter hammering this in than I expected here. Next side. Okay, one of the wheels is down. Next one. Kind of like hammering the circle, like hammer the center bearing portion here, just like a plastic cover with the actual bearing balls are. So, gotta hammer that in. Next one. Feels flush to me. Okay. Just dirty from the floor here. Some sawdust got smashed into it and kind of changing the color on the paint. Yeah, I can just like flake off the sawdust. It's all smashed into the wheel here. It looks like there's a bit of play here. Got a washer on the inside. I wonder if it's supposed to be cinched together. Let's see what the instructions. Oh yeah. Yeah, as soon as I did that, it sandwiched them right together. Okay, and it barely even is tight. Sweet. You can actually still see a little bit of movement, just a little bit. So yeah, cool. I'm just gonna snug this up a little bit more. With the trails that we do, I really would like to make sure this is as tight as possible so things don't back off. A little more. For a trailer, that's good enough. Alright, right now I have my floor jack and my jack stand. Well, the floor jack specifically is nearly maxed out, so this here is pretty cool. I can just go ahead and, first things first, we'll just fold it up, see how it all fits together. Oh my god, that fits fucking perfect. Look at that. Of course, the bigger diameter wheels, but it just fits perfectly. Tucked up out of the way, right with the bottom of the frame nearly. Just perfect. Hell yeah, and I can do this one-handed. This is so cool versus having to jimmy around the other one here. And then just pull this out and it should just drop to the ground. Okay. Obviously make sure it's locked in. Actually, it is locked in. Cool. Kind of found the perfect position here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, here we go. Just gonna fold that out of the way. 1 second here. This is not locked out. User error. There we go. So far, super effortless to rotate. That was brand new when I got it. It was all greased up still, of course. Wasn't nearly as easy to move as this. Now this trailer jack, I think, is rated for 3,000 pounds. No, 1,500 pounds. I don't know why I was thinking 1,500 pounds. And this one's rated for 1,650, so it'll at least give me a little bit more of an easier effort getting things up here. Okay. And now we're actually lifting. Super easy, effortless. can't raise it up anymore because the back of the trailer is actually starting to angle itself into the wall right now. Have it backed up pretty close. This thing was probably about 3/4 of its way extended, but I have at least another 5 inches of vertical down travel with like the whole jack body, plus being able to actually roll it around. Or roll it up and down, I mean. Now what I meant to say though is when it comes to rolling it around, there's this max height movement here. So obviously you could jack this thing up high enough to detach or level out, but if you were to drag it around, you'd have to lower it back down to this position here. So that's pretty cool, honestly, because I'll go ahead and just do that. At this point, it's still nearly, it's just a little bit below where my hip is, so I wouldn't have to do a whole bunch of adjustment if I needed to detach from the 4Runner, being able to successfully either drag it around or just roll it around at camp. This is really cool. And let's see, actually, yep, digging into the freaking wall here. That was from before. The line is where the trailer was angling itself. Oh God, it bent it. Okay, lucky I can bend that back out. It's just aluminum. But yeah, just leaving the kitchen open here, make it easier for packing and unpacking. This is sweet. Really digging this thing here. And it just folds up so nice and easy out of the way. And most likely I'll be able to slide this further up to get more clearance with the wheels. So let's go ahead and just play around with how this thing can tuck away now. The trailer handle here for the jack would just be hanging down. This is what happens every time anyways. Sometimes people like max it out like this, where it just makes it tight and then it's just in an awkward position. So I really love how this company makes it so you can just remove it. Really cool. Any product that makes things easier, easy to install, and it's cool to look at is a win for me. So ARC, that's just what they're called. I thought it was ARC Industries. It's just ARC. Innovation, not imitation. They're based in New South Wales. Found this on eTrailer.com, but I did a lot of research on other kind of companies with other kinds of jacks. I only found like 3 brands, and the only one I actually found for sale on an actual e-commerce website was this company and sold through eTrailer. So if you guys are doing any off-roading with your camper or you're having a home-built camper, it's a must. You know, if you park in a ditch and it just happens to be 2 feet deep, you're gonna need an extra 24 inches of vertical extension, and with this having the main jack body being able to slide up and down, plus the extension of the wheel itself, it has 33 inches of overall travel, while this one has, I believe, a total of 18 inches of overall travel. This adjustment's only 9.5 inches. This one's a total of 19 inches, and for the standard jack, it's a total of 11 inches of vertical travel. This is probably the coolest little addition that I've done to the trailer so far. Next is installing a hot water system. I'm gonna have it as everyone else has it in a one of those like environmentally sealed plastic cases, and just mount it to the side of the trailer here. The company optioned one, but it was like $1,200, and I have my own tankless hot water system. The boxes are like $40, and then it just comes to drilling holes. I already have a water system and hoses and everything, so I'm gonna get that hot water system installed here in the next week or 2, I'd say. Thanks for watching. This is like my first little vlog, and I'm just still trying to, remember camera angles and stuff like that, so have fun with it, you guys. Take care.